Hello everybody, my name is Algam and welcome to Ritual Bound, a game about renewing the seal on an old horror with your rather subpar witch skills. The cracking of crossbows and bodies falling to the ground is deafening, overpowering the sounds of panicked yelling and wild flames. Witch hunters. You run, scrambling, jumping over your sister's dead body. Howls, curses, shrieks, and crying struggle to get out, but they are suppressed. You push them down to the depths of yourself. Tonight, there is only one thing that matters. 3 arrows, twisted, dark, are buried in your teacher. Your eyes meet. She reaches out, her hand full of stumps. And now, blood, and you take the gift, not slowing down. Your footsteps echo through empty halls. Your feet want to take you to the known, familiar comforting places of your old life, but you ignore them. You take them down the corridor nobody ever talks about. You close the gate, and methodically close the dozen latches. It'll only slow down the things on the other side, and won't even trouble the thing on your side. But it might just give you the time you need. You turn slowly, reluctantly, eyes closed. Shaking, you bring your teacher's last gift to your eye level, and you look. Don't let it escape. Finger looking good. Is it time already? Greetings. Pleased to meet you. I would love to wish you good luck, but I'm so hungry. Yeah, let's see what's here. Modern incenses, Maria del Mar. So many things, hidden right beneath your fingers. In a moat of nice-smelling dust. In a lost forest clearing. In a huge tomb of stone, warded by a dozen witches. Maria del Mar Fuentes Lopez. In this book, I'll be detailing a collection of popular, modern, and widely used incenses, as well as their associated aspects. You alone are going to. Ah, I see. A massacre right on top of us. As well as their associated aspects for those readers of a more spiritual bent. Okay, he's going to keep interrupting me. Preparation. Okay. Preparing incense is very easy. Put the ingredients you like in the censer, light it up with a match, and done. Lavender, aspect of growth. Relaxing, calming, a great way to wind down and stop stressing. Eucalyptus, aspect of order, a cure of asthma and breathing problems. Clears your airways right up. Lemon, aspect distance, not sure what those two have in common. Brings good luck and dispels curses, great against the evil eye. Oh, I see. Mirror, bond, clears the room, lets suppressed feelings flourish. I always enjoyed it. Meh. But now, it brings back unpleasant memories. Helps you solve problems in your relationships. Ooh. Oil, aspect none. Not incense per se, but a great base if you want your incense to burn brighter and longer. Oh, okay. So, oh. Binding rituals. In this tome, we describe a right to seal way of magic. Your predecessors, they all had help. Doing it alone, with such stakes. Madness. Given that it's been immobilized or cornered enough to not escape the right. A lopsided circle, be it by incorrect aspects or badly mixed incenses, will dramatically increase the chances of failure. If the creature being bound is powerful, any mistake could be fatal. This ritual is not everlasting. Should you be renewing an old seal, add to the pentagon some element of the ritual that is being renewed, such as a piece of the original flesh sacrifice. Draw a circle, draw the runes, prepare the incense, begin the rite. All my abilities, all my power, and yet... a little chalk on the ground by a determined witch, and they don't matter at all. Begin the rite, make the flesh sacrifice. That is an interesting point. The one from last time, Alicia. Do you know her? Your teacher? Or something more? I see. A shame. So bright, so strong. Draw a regular pentagon on a clean, smooth, stable surface. It's not strictly necessary the surface is so, but a broken circle mid-ritual can be deadly. Identify the 3 closest vertices to the target. There draw runes, whose greater aspects are opposed to the greater aspects of the target. At the 2 closest vertices to the mage performing the ritual, draw runes with greater aspects that correspond to the mage's greater aspects. Regular humans without aspects should use earth and bond. Take care not to draw 2 adjacent runes whose greater aspects are opposed. This will create a critical flaw in the ritual. Furthermore, the minor aspects of a rune cannot be opposed nor equal to the greater aspects of adjacent runes. This too would create a major flaw. Finally, do not draw 2 adjacent runes with the same minor aspects. Oh, sorry. Don't draw 2 opposing greater aspects adjacently. Do not draw minor aspects equal or opposed to adjacent greater aspects. Do not draw 2 minor aspects adjacently. The same mix will work for most rituals of this kind. 2 parts of oil as a base. 2 parts incense of order aspect to reinforce the rules of the seal. 1 part bond aspect incense to signify the spirit of binding. If creature has the greater aspect order, then swap the number of parts of the bond and order incenses. Otherwise, the seal will be too alike to the creature and it may resist it. The bodies, falling in piles up there. How long has it been since the last time? this tome, the reader will find the basic and essential info about the magical creatures roaming Golden Valley. Characteristics, aspects of to deal with them, and debunked myths and legends. We understand magical creature as a living being with a strong interpretation of aspects childish. And yet, so very effective. As a living being with a strong connection to one or more outer planes besides their connection to the earthly plane. These connections give them certain peculiarities that reflect the essence of said outer planes. These peculiarities can include diets based on a spiritual or emotional energy rather than physical nutrients, but also abilities that defy physics or, in the most extreme cases, being made of inert or conceptual matter in their entirety. A connection to a certain outer plane is called aspect. A creature with an air aspect, for example, has a connection to the outer planes of air, which can manifest as flight or lightness of foot. Aspects can be either greater or minor. A greater aspect is a foundational connection, something essential to its continued existence. A minor aspect is a more tenuous connection, one that can vary individual to individual. We got goblins. Greater aspects bond. Goblins. Impudent, noisy, arrogant. I like them. Their optimism. Their loyalty. Bond, growth, sun. Minor aspects of earth and material. Small humanoid creatures with a similar intelligence level to humans. That either means that humans are extremely stupid, or the goblins are actually a lot more sophisticated in this world. Are highly sociable and tend to live in tightly knit communities. Unfortunately, they are generally considered little more than pests, but some communes have successfully integrated into human cities. Their sociability is a double-edged sword. When separated, a lone goblin will suffer rapid onset depression and physical deterioration. On the other hand, the more friendly goblins a goblin is around, the more powerful their pyrokinetic abilities become. Witches, so devilishly resourceful. A real danger. The witch hunters, however, idiots. Their antics benefit me, and yet their idiocy, it offends me to my very core. You know, you and me might actually be some pretty great friends. Conscience, greater aspects ethereal, putrefaction, night. Minor aspects bond, a peculiar creature appearing as if by spontaneous generation. When a person with an affinity to an outer plane suffers from great guilt, sometimes one of these creatures will appear. They will spread misery to the target, creating paranoia and threatening to reveal their most hidden secrets. After enough time has passed, the creature will attempt to devour the target. Don't worry, we have all the time in the world.
He oído algo. Tiene que estar cerca.
The best way to deal with this creature is by relieving the guilt in some way, although some binding rituals or spiritual weapons may also serve. The eye in the dark. Great aspects night, order. This author, one of my favorites. Rational, determined, of strong conviction. A man of his word. I respect that greatly. Tasty, too. Juicy. Minor aspects, air and ethereal. The most dangerous being in Golden Valley, and perhaps the world. Well, I mean, it says the eye in the dark, but I see two eyes, so... Nobody has seen beyond two eyes floating in a living dark, and lived to tell the tale. Its form, natural weapons, or movement methods are unknown. Whole cities have been razed by this entity. There is only one known weakness. It is bound by its word. It is irrepressibly compelled to meet any deal or promise made. This fact has been tested by this author, and they'd like you to know this. Should you see it, run. Now there's more. The Masquerade. Greater aspect. Arrogant, sadistic, slimy. An imbecile. I hate them. Flow, order, bond, growth, minor aspects of growth. The doppelganger with 1,000 faces. Perverse and intelligent. The most unnerving fact about the Masquerade is that it could be friend, enemy, or even family. Through bet or deal, it can steal a face, banishing. I sorely missed talking. Alone, with my thoughts and the dark. Monotony is the true death of the self. You know, we're really bonding here, alright? Talking about some existentialism. Talking about the things, certain things that are detestable. Through bet or deal, it can steal a face, banishing them from existence, and taking their place. Then it uses that to spread further misery and steal more faces. The best way to deal with the Masquerade is not to play its game. Do not accept any deal or bet, keep diligent track of who it has captured to deny it camouflage, and keep up the pressure until it's cornered or it flees. Ah, the witch. It's me. The idiots. They know not what you sacrifice to keep them safe. And this is how they pay you back. Greater aspects of earth and night. Minor aspect of bond. A human that's been deeply touched by magic, giving it a great bond with the outer planes. Nothing saddens the author more than the contempt and lack of understanding witches get. Frequent scapegoats when plague or drought arrive. Simple people mistaking their abilities for innate malice is a sad and common sight. Nearly identical to a regular human, except for their deep, dark eyes and frequent superficial mutations. Their connection to the outer planes make them incredible sorcerers, but also very vulnerable to rituals and magic. How long could it have been? How many witches in total? No reference points, no remembrance. Okay, this is the point where the ritual starts. Once the incense is burning, there's no turning back. Any mistake will come up here, and disturbing the circle from here on will break the seal. You're encouraged looking over the runes one last time. Check that the aspects are correct and all the rules previously described are met. If you're unsure about the incense, it's better to throw it away and redo it than risk using the incorrect mix. Once the preparations are complete, you may begin the ritual by placing... Responsibility. Duty. Carried out without fail. And such is your recompense. You may begin the ritual by placing the censer in the middle of the pentagon, and then lighting it. Once done, quickly move on to making the flesh sacrifice. Flesh sacrifice. The seal requires energy, both physical and spiritual, to function. The best source of both is, of course, living flesh. A healthy ram is more than enough for most cases. For exceptionally strong creatures, a cow will suffice. Behead the creature and let its blood spill on the pentagon. If the ritual was done correctly, the seal will bind the creature and it will become trapped. Periodic inspection of the pentagram is advised, to check up on the remaining strength of the seal and for knowing when to replace it. Some creatures may be too strong or too hard to contain and seal. In these cases, an animal won't suffice. Flesh from the sorcerer performing the ritual may be required, infusing their essence into the ritual. 3 fingers: index, middle, and ring. These are at the beginning or end of several energy lines in the body, and thus carry strong essence. The mage will find their essence diminished, but should you be pushed to the situation, it's more than likely necessary. Cut them and quickly put them inside the circle. Do not waste time trying to staunch the bleeding or it'll lose effectiveness. If all goes well, the creature will be bound by an extremely strong seal. If it doesn't, we recommend praying to your deity of choice. Oh, nuts. Wait a minute. This is a lot to remember. The hunger, gnawing. I ache to spread, to hunt.
He oído algo. Tiene que estar cerca.
I wouldn't want to jinx you, but it would feel so good. Just a minor, tiny mistake. And then... Yeah, well, thanks for making me feel good about this. There's so much to remember. Does it surprise you that I am an avatar of order? Okay, this thing is reading my mind, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Humans like to assign good or evil to facts of the universe. A grave mistake. A great overestimation of one's own importance. Okay, let's see here. You put that there. That there. And there we go. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Alright. So 1 eucalyptus, 2 myrrh, 2 oil. Man, it looks good enough to me. You know. I am sorry, sincerely sorry, but it did not work. Oh, wait, hold on a second. If you allow me some constructive criticism. The link between the last rite and this one, Alicia's finger, you didn't add it. This makes it easier to slip in the cracks between the two. The incense, the smell is wrong. I know this from experience. Oh. The runes, the greater aspects are wrong. A fundamental mistake, I fear. one that renders your efforts moot. It feels great to be unbound after so long. You won't see it, but I'll avenge your sisters for you. Ah, how kind. And please know, given the circumstances, I applaud the effort. That is not one eye. Well, okay, fantastic. He at least gave some constructive criticism about my mistakes.
He oído algo. Tiene que estar cerca.
So I definitely want that, because it doesn't have anything that's disturbing it. And earth. Okay, so that one has stone. So I need to use sun. A sun that does not have the flow aspect. So putrefaction, I need... Which actually it doesn't matter really, I just need chaos then. Okay, so that has distance. So then I just need stone. Stone and material. Yeah, the only thing I needed to worry about was night. That's the only one I needed to worry about. Okay, so for some reason this didn't work? Oh, it's not... Oh. Oh. It's this. This is the eucalyptus. Put that there. I must say that I wasn't expecting you to succeed. However, you've done perfectly. I congratulate you. Sincerely. Ah, he is quite the gentleman. Alicia, the other witches, they'd be proud of you, I'm certain. And yet...
Está aquí. Tira de esa puerta abajo. Más fuerte.
Yep,
Más
those were the
fuerte.
witch hunters. This is your reward. To be executed on the spot by ignorant, hateful imbeciles. Allow me to propose you an alternative. A deal. Destroy the circle and let me be free. In exchange, I'll never harm you. Ever. And I guarantee your safety today. The witch hunters. I'll devour them whole. Your sisters. They will be avenged. As long as you live, you'll be free and safe. And I'll live for a long, long time. You need just a smudge to redraw a bit one of those runes. A simple swipe of your hand. The very same hand you'll have to sacrifice to seal me. Alright. It hurts, doesn't it? You can still stop. I can undo the damage. Oh my god. Can we please move a little bit faster? Okay.
Ya casi está. Seguid golpeando.
Yep, and then we put in the fingers. Prison awaits once more. Despite everything, I applaud you. Your determination. Your courage. Not many would have given everything, sacrificed everything, in the face of sheer terror. But you did. The world owes you, and your sisters, a great debt. I won't forget you. Goodbye.
¡Disparad a la bruja!
You fools. And this time we are going to purposefully ruin the circle and accept the deal. I give you my deepest, most sincere thanks. Please, let me fulfill my end of the deal.
¡Oh, qué es eso! ¡Disparad! ¡Disparad!
It is done. They won't harm you. Ever again. I thank you again for freeing me. It is a debt I will not ever be able to repay. Go on. You're free of this place, of this deadly responsibility. If you ever need me, if anyone ever dares to raise their hand against you, you needn't do more than call me. I'll be watching from the dark forever. Oh, sweet. Does that mean that we have basically an eldritch horror bodyguard for the rest of our life? I don't know, man. That sounds pretty sweet to me. Like... Wait a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I found a loss meme just out of nowhere like this. I can't believe that. Who wrote this book? Who wrote this book again? Maria del Mar Fuentes Lopez. God damn it. Damn you, Maria. Or Maria. however it's pronounced. So that was Ritual Bound, a pretty charming game, and honestly, I think the Eye in the Dark's a pretty cool dude, right? Like it's patient with you, it tells you if you did a good job with making the ritual, and even if you let it go, it just becomes your bodyguard. Like, it just seems like a win-win situation. And even if you mess up the ritual, like, it tells you where you went wrong. Not exactly, but, like, it is rather friendly. And also it keeps its word. The Eye in the Dark just seems like a pretty cool dude, and it doesn't say that it went to go and devour the world after you free it. It just says that it will come to you if you ever need any help. So yeah, it's a pretty cool dude. Like, aside from, the eating people thing. Other than that, really the only minor inconvenience, and it really is minor, it's more of a nitpick, but with particularly when I was taking the incense and going to put it in the ritual circle, it's a little bit hard to click on the X just because you don't know where your mouse is, but, that is like it's a nitpick, alright? If the devs see this, feel free to ignore it. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching, and wherever you are, I wish you a good day, evening, or night, and stay safe everyone.